Hey guys, it's Megan. Welcome back to the library and another unboxing video, which I'm pretty sure I said there would like never be another book unboxing. And also I just realized it's so echoey in here. Anyway, it's good to be back. I feel like it's been a long time since I have filmed a video, but I have to show you my shirt. Can you see it? It's like a person buried in their TBR pile or just a pile of books and their arm sticking out and it says, I'm okay. Anyway, got it for Christmas. Super cute. Drink of the episode here, drink of the video is this Waterloo brand sparkling water. You know, I love my seltzer waters. This one's great. I really like grape, and it's like having Grape Crush, but without the sugar, basically. So these are books that I have acquired, I think all from Junior Library Guild. I didn't think I was gonna be doing another Junior Library Guild unboxing, but I'm only getting like 2 books a month. So this is kind of just like a bunch of random ones, but there was like a final box that came that I didn't realize was gonna come. Anyway, we need to see what's in this box so I can get these books out on the shelves. I have no earthly idea. I've been saving these for a while, some of them, because trust me, I've had 10 other new books to process. So we've had new books, that's for sure. Jason Reynolds, 24 Seconds From Now. Is this even a Junior Library Guild book? I guess it is. Yeah, is that their barcode? Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've unboxed book. Yeah, that's their barcode. Okay, so this is Junior Library Guild. Jason Reynolds, 24 Seconds From Now, a love story? Jason Reynolds wrote a love story? What? It almost looks more like middle school level. Maybe it is. Is it? I don't know. It's blurred by Judy Blume on the back. I don't know. If it's a book by Jason Reynolds, I just know it's going to be like the most popular book ever. Wow. So I'm not going to read the whole synopsis of like all these books because it would take forever. But it's a romance written by Jason Reynolds. I mean, what more do you need to say? Kids love romance and kids love Jason Reynolds. If they've read like Long Way Down, that's like our kids' favorite book right now at our school. Ooh, next I'm excited because I see a book. Wow, there's all kinds of like paperwork and stuff. Because I'm pretty sure this was it Books and Lala or Lexi from Alexander Rosalind? Some booktuber I watched read this book and really, really liked it. Don't Let the Forest In. I think it's horror, I want to say. Thomas had no idea that Andrew, I think it's like a male romance as well, but I think it's horror. Thomas had no idea that Andrew would do anything for him, protect him, lie for him, kill for him. Look at this. It's like there's blood and flowers and thorns coming out of their mouths. Some freaky stuff there. It's about a high school senior, Andrew. I just said I wouldn't read the synopsis of all these books, but here we are. He finds refuge in the twisted fairy tales that he writes for the only person who can ground him to reality, who's Thomas Rye, the boy with perpetually ink-stained hands and hair like autumn leaves. So maybe it's a good like fall time book, I'm gathering. And with his twin sister Dove inexplicably keeping him at a cold distance upon their return to Wickwood Academy, Andrew finds himself leaning on his friend even more. But something strange is going on with Thomas. His abusive parents have mysteriously vanished, and he arrives at school with blood on his sleeve. Thomas won't say a word about it and shuts down whenever Andrew tries to ask him questions. Stranger still, Thomas is haunted by something, and he seems to have lost interest in his artwork, which are whimsically macabre sketches of monsters from Andrew's wicked stories. Desperate to figure out what's wrong with his friend, Andrew follows Thomas into the off-limits forest one night and catches him fighting a nightmarish monster. Thomas's drawings have come to life and are killing anyone close to him. I kind of wish I didn't know that. I feel like that's a spoiler. To make sure no one else dies, the boys battle the monsters every night. But as their obsession with each other grows stronger, so do the monsters, and Andrew begins to fear that the only way to stop the creatures might be to destroy their creator. That's not good because he really likes it. I still feel like that was sort of a spoiler. Obviously there's probably going to be monsters if the book's called Don't Let the Forest In, but I feel like the less I know about a book, the better. That I could possibly read that this fall. That's a possibility for me. Next is Ruin Road. I ordered this purposefully because it's by Lamar Giles, who's the author of The Getaway, and we read The Getaway as part of Readapalooza 2 years ago, our big reading event, and it was pretty popular, so I just thought another one would be good. It's horror or mystery? His last one was horror. Yeah, it says horror, I think. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Neil Shusterman has a blurb. And Lamar Giles' latest thriller is filled with chilling haunts and horrors, a brilliant concept deftly executed. So it's by a male author too, and I think it's a male main character. It's just pretty rare these days. Cade Webster lives between worlds. He's a standout football star at the right school, but lives in the wrong neighborhood, if you let his classmates tell it. He's afraid of being too ambitious, too fast, too big, too black. Everybody's afraid of him for one reason or another. One fateful night, to avoid a dangerous encounter with the police, he ducks into a pawn shop. An impulse purchase and misspoken desire change everything when Cade tells the shop owner he wishes people around him would stop acting so scared of him, and now the wish is granted. At first, it feels like things have taken a turn for the better, but it's not just Cade that people no longer fear. It's everything. With Cade spreading this newfound courage, wherever he goes, anything can happen. Fearless acts of violence begin to escalate in both the neighborhood and at school. So now, like, nobody's afraid of anything. And what's going to happen? Doesn't sound like it's the book for me. I just don't really care about that premise, I guess. But I wonder if students will enjoy it. Very possibly. Oh, I bought this because it's the same author of The Cheerleaders. Is it a sequel? It says it all started with the cheerleaders. It ends with the football team. Is this the sequel? I don't actually know. Yes. Yeah, it is. It's in, or at least in the same series. I don't know if you have to read the other one, but it's definitely at least in the series, because the book The Cheerleaders is like where like 5 cheerleaders went missing or they were murdered or something. Like something happened, like literally 5 cheerleaders disappeared, and so the whole cheerleading team was disbanded. And this is like maybe a sequel, so I don't want to read too much about it, but the first book, The Cheerleaders, sounded really, really good. We got a lot of books to get through, guys, so let's just do this here. The Second Chance of Darius Logan, never heard of it, by David F. Walker. Interesting. There's a plot synopsis here in really big font, and then there's a different plot synopsis here. Like, there's different words. But this is a YA debut. Dives into matters of social justice and identity, privilege, and second chances in a world where heroes loom large and what seems ordinary is anything but. Oh, they're superheroes. It's a superhero book. Yeah. Okay, well, you know, it's fine. I'm just kind of tired of superhero stories, I guess. There it is. I didn't read the synopsis. I'm sorry. I don't have time to read that. We'd be here all day if I read the synopsis of all these books. The Blonde Dies First by Joelle Wellington. Where did I get this? Praise for Their Vicious Games. Is it the same author of Their Vicious Games, which I've heard of? I'll just read you this little bit. It says, Devin is always being left behind by her genius twin sister, Drew. I love books about twins. I don't know. I'm a sucker for twins and siblings. Maybe because I don't have a sibling. I'm an only child. At this point, it's a fact of life. But Devin has one last plan before Drew leaves for college a whole year early. The best summer ever. So they're going to try to have the best summer ever. Oh, no. There's a Ouija board involved. There's a creeping, venomous figure. Its murderous method doesn't feel very demonic at all. In fact, it feels downright human, so maybe it's human. There's going to be a final girl. There's a demon, maybe. Can they use their horror movie knowledge to flip the script and become the hunters instead of the hunted? Or will their best summer ever be their last? Ooh, that maybe they could hunt down the I don't know, that sounds pretty cool. There's a lot of books that have come out lately about people's knowledge of final girls and horror movies. I feel like I just read one that's like, I'm not supposed to die tonight or something. I think it like had a very similar premise. Next is Death at Morning House by Maureen Johnson. She's the author of the Truly Devious series. So I heard a lot about this book, which I think is why I picked it. I don't know how I got it. Did I get all these from Junior Library Guild? I guess I did. I did. I'm just shocked. Anyway, don't know how I got all these, but Maureen Johnson, they must have been still when I subscribed to like 5 categories instead of 2 is all I can figure. But this, she wrote, the Truly Devious series. It was a huge series. It's not like super popular in our library. I tried to promote it a lot, but nobody really checked it out. This is a whole new series, I think. At the end, it says, all it takes is one clue to set off a catastrophic chain of events. One small detail, just like a spark, could take it all down. There are deaths, horrific secrets buried for decades. There's this place called Morning House, which is a mansion built on an island in the 1920s and abandoned shortly thereafter. I mean, I like that kind of stuff. I gave Truly Devious 3 stars though. I barely finished it. I didn't think it was very exciting. So I don't know if I would try this one. It would have to be like great reviews. Okay, we've got like 6 books left, something like that. I've never seen this book in my life. Apparently I approved it though. They chose it for me. Masquerade by O.O. Sangoyami. What genre do we want to guess this is? It looks fantasy, but I'm not sure. A bewitching, thrilling, and vibrant novel that had me enthralled at every turn. An incisive examination of gender, temptation, and the lengths people will go to hold power. It's a blend of history and folklore, so maybe kind of historical fantasy, maybe. There's a tenacious heroine that made this utterly transportive debut impossible to put down. So it is a debut author. It says she's a Nigerian-American author. She has a penchant for African mythology and history, so this does look very African. I mean, there's an elephant on the front. Oh, what a pretty map, and the map's in color. I feel like you usually don't see, like, colored maps. Ooh, and in the back, too. Very super pretty. Love it. I hate that this, covers it, but at least, you can get this page here, and then you can get this page in the back. Maybe that's why they do it, to make sure you get all the page. This is set in a wonderfully imagined 15th century West Africa. So we're talking 1400s in Africa. It's a lyrical tale exploring the true cost of one woman's fight for freedom and self-discovery and the lengths she'll go to secure her future. It's loosely based on the myth of Persephone. So not really African mythology, okay? Masquerade takes you on a journey of epic power struggles and political intrigue, which turn an entire region on its head. I'm not going to read the whole synopsis, but I just wonder if it's going to be a series, or is it just one book, you think? I don't know. It doesn't say, like, first in a series or anything like that. I don't know. Maybe it's just one story. But anyway, I don't know. I mean, I like the, Persephone retellings, I think. So I don't know. Maybe I would give that one a try. Who knows? Okay, next is The Lost Souls of Benzaiten, a novel. I don't know. Why have I never seen these? This does not look familiar to me. I guess I picked it so long ago. Like I said, it was chosen for me and I just approved it. I don't know. A shimmering story for anyone who's ever been hurt enough to want to be somewhere or even something else. So it definitely looks fantasy, right? For sure. But is it also maybe historical? It's a powerful and poignant character study that asks metaphysical questions and finds its answers in examining the little moments in life, the thousand tiny things that shatter and shape the human spirit. It's a portrayal of a girl who no longer speaks after a heart-wrenching friendship trauma. Oh, I just remember the book Speak, because that girl also no longer speaks in that book. But there's a touch of dreamy magic. Wow, it sounds like kind of sad. A journey from sorrow to solace through worlds both magical and mortal. This book is unlike anything I've ever read. It's an original tale about the friendships that make and break us. This sounds like really sad. Oh, I remember hearing something about this. It's like about a Roomba. This book is somehow about a Roomba. It says, I wish to become one of those round vacuum cleaner robots. That's what Maki, I guess that's her name or something like that, Machi, prays for at the altar of the Japanese goddess Benzaiten, which is that. So now, like, she's had all these bad things happen. Now she just wants to be a Roomba. And this goddess, Benzaiten, is enamored with the human world. And as she's the goddess of love, humanity is enamored right back. So I think she's going to turn her into a Roomba. I don't know what's going to happen. But I feel like it's definitely something about a Roomba. And that is why I picked it, because it sounded insane. Okay, we have 4 books left. Hemlock House. I feel they did some bad things. I kind of like it. By Katie Cotugno. Has she written anything else? Liar's Beach. Adult novels Birds of California. I don't know this author. Okay, what do we think? Mystery or horror, perhaps? It's razor sharp, scorching, dripping with danger, full of scandalous secrets. Okay, but what is it actually about? Okay, it's pretty short, so I'll read it to you. It says, is there a killer in Hemlock House? More than a year after her childhood friends Michael Linden and Holiday Proctor solved a headline-making murder on Martha's Vineyard, Linden is ready to start over as a freshman at Harvard. Ooh, I like that. Instead of just, it's a he. I didn't realize he, because it says Michael. Yeah, okay. So, male main character, very exciting. Freshman year of college and not set in high school. Very exciting. Like that as far as young adult goes. Linden is ready to start over as a freshman at Harvard, and he hopes to reunite with his old girlfriend, Greer. But just as things start to heat up between them, a friend is found dead in Greer's dorm, Hemlock House. The police believe the death is the result of an overdose, but Linden suspects there's more to the story. The victim was wearing Greer's clothes and sleeping in Greer's bed when she died, and Greer has a long list of enemies. It makes Linden wonder, was this a case of mistaken identity? Was someone trying to kill Greer? Is she in danger? Is he? Nearly everyone on campus has something to hide, and some mysteries are better left buried. I like that we don't learn too much about it, because this book is very short. It's like barely over 200 pages. That's wild. It's super short. So I bet students will love this book. I might read this to see if I think it would be a good choice, even for Read-a-Palooza as a short, quick thriller. Oh my gosh, that might be a Read-a-Palooza option. That could be good. We're going to keep that on our radar. Next is Hearts That Cut. Oh, it was the sequel to Threads That Bind. Yes, I think I did have several kids check out the Threads That Bind, and I was like, okay, well, I have to get the sequel. I'm pretty sure it's just a duology, and if it is, then I'm glad I ordered the sequel, obviously, but I don't really know much about the first one, except that it's, like young adult fantasy. I cannot try to pronounce the author's last name. Let's see. Kiki Hatzopoulou, maybe. Besides Threads That Cut and the sequel Hearts That Bind, I don't know if she's written anything else. Okay, apparently it's like 5 weeks after the last book. I don't know. I don't want to read any more about it, but it does exist. Okay, 2 more books to go and we're done. A Magic Fierce and Bright. This is exciting. I just don't know what any of these books are. This definitely looks fantasy, obviously, by Hermit Nayak. Oh, male author, very exciting. He's a doctor? He's an ER doctor. Wow. And he also writes, like, apparently young adult fantasy. Is this his first book? It doesn't actually say. Wow, this sounds, the stakes are high in this book, because at the end it says that she might take India down with it. What? Adia wants nothing more than to be left alone, content to be loyal to no one but herself in the isolated jungles of South India. That sounds like an exciting setting. She dreams only of finding her lost sister, Priya, and making enough money to take care of their family. It's too bad that her rare magical ability to wake electric machines using the magic that wiped them out 4 centuries ago. What? So there's no electric machines? Interesting. All makes her a coveted political pawn. Everyone seems to believe that her technomancy can help, so it's kind of sci-fi even maybe a little bit, can help them win the endless war for control over the magic supernatural source. These senseless power struggles mean little to Adia, how do you say her name? But when her enemies dangle news of her sister before her, she's all too quick to leap at the chance to bring Priya home, even if it means teaming up with a rakish, disreputable thief in order to do it. With the threat of invasion looming ever larger on the horizon, Adia must reconcile the kind of person she is with the kind of person she wants to be and untangle the web of intrigue, conspiracy, and deceit that threatens to take all of India down with it. Dun, dun, dun. That sounds amazing. I kind of want to read this one. I'm putting it on my list. And finally, our last book, and we can get out of here. The House Where Death Lives. An anthology? Interesting. By Alex Brown. Who's Alex Brown? Okay, so there are stories. Okay, so it's a short story collection. I don't remember this either. For the Ghost, those who tell their stories and those who can't, we are listening. Brand new, came out in 2024. Do I know any of the, okay, Tracy Chi I've heard of, Courtney Gould, however you say her name. I don't know too much. C.M. McCollum sounds sort of familiar. I don't know most of the rest. So it's not like super famous authors. Like Tracy Chi might be the most famous one I've heard of, potentially. Is it all like one story? The House Where Death Lives. A dance to death, a monstrous girl who lures people into dark water, a hallway that's constantly changing, and hungry. Sounds like House of Leaves, kind of. All these stories exist within a house, unbound from the laws of time and space. Oh, so maybe all the stories are themed. I like it when it's not just random short stories, but like they're all connected in some way. From the attic to the library to the grounds, each chilling story in this anthology focuses on a different area of the haunted house and features unique takes on monsters from a wide array of cultural traditions. Whether it's a trickster djinn, a rotter-loving Rusaka, I don't know what that is, or a horrifying baby imitating Tyanic, I don't know what these creatures are. There's always something sinister lurking in the shadows. That sounds like such a cool premise for a book. Each story is about a different room in this haunted house and the thing that haunts it. Oh my gosh. Oh man, my TBR gets like destroyed every time I read these. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna prioritize all these books. You know, so we're about ready to have a huge big snow, right? We could be out of school all next week. It is quite possible. We're gonna have snow, ice, like somewhere like 7-8 inches of snow, like 1/4 or an inch or more of ice. It's likely we could be out for multiple days. And so my child is probably still gonna be able to go to daycare. I need some more books to read. I have a ton of books to read. What will I be taking home? I mean, I know this is a horror book, but I might try this one. Okay, ones I'm interested in. This one, the Roomba one, just to see what it's about. Maybe Masquerade. Probably not any. Oh, Hemlock House, just to see if we might read it for Readapalooza. Champagne Ruin Road. Maybe this one, possibly. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll read some reviews on it first. So, but I mean, all in all, that's a pretty decent stack of ones I'm really interested in this time. So it was a big book haul. I'm glad to, get these done, and I need to get them put out for, students to actually read. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and it'll probably be a while before I do another one because I only get like 2 books a month now from Junior Library Guild, but I do buy a lot of other books. I didn't get to do a book haul with all the other books I bought recently because I just had to get them processed and out on the shelves, but I got a $1,000 grant for new nonfiction books, and then I bought about, I don't know, $500, $600, $700, something like that worth of fiction books that I need to get caught up on because I hadn't done a big fiction book buying haul since, gosh, I don't know, March or something like that. So I had to get caught up. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below if you want to read any of these books or if you have read any and if they're any good. So talk to you guys later. Bye.